the ticket says, at least. Do you have any idea, Toby? There should still be a pledge belonging to McGundle here, right? That's true. You're certainly not wrong. But... Stop, don't look at me with such expectant eyes, milady. I feel like I'm going to be squashed under that gaze. Inspector Gregson, this is where you need to buck up. Shut up, boy. There is one thing I've noticed, however. The date on this ticket says the redemption period has already ended. Oh, you're right. The limit is 2 months, after all. So that small box is no longer in the storeroom. Exactly. A pledge being forfeited means... it may be out on the shelves of the shop floor. The shop shelves, huh? We should go and have a look now. There's no point. Why not? There's a large number of small boxes that have been pledged. What's more, there's no record in the ledger about which specific box belonged to McGundle. But either way, just in case, I think we should look. Oh, why yes, of course. We won't know unless we try. Good grief. I guess that's everything. Bum. Dong. Whole lot of dongs. That scared me half to death. How dare hatchling set a trap like that? I don't think that was the intention. My, it's gotten so late. It may be prudent to go and visit Gina soon. Huh? Why? Visiting hours. We still don't know for sure whether or not she will let you represent her in tomorrow's trial. We should visit her one last time to make sure we're all on the same page. Hey, Ryu. If you don't want my defense, go on and tear it up. Remember that? Huh? Did I say that? They've both got the same kind of pose. Indeed you did. Yep. The paperwork submission deadline for tomorrow's trial is fast approaching. Alright, I need to go talk to Gina again. Time to move! To the jail. Ooh. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Jail, cell 13. Oh, Gina. I see you're back. Gina? It appears that they have finished questioning you for the day. Good job, Gene Bean. It must have been rough. Huh? Yeah, I mean, I'm all good. Thank you for earlier. We got to investigate Hatch's shop, thanks to you. Yes. Why's she being so awkward? You're not gonna ask how it went? We were investigating so hard, you know. What's the point in asking? Everyone's pointing the finger at me. Really? Gina, we came to ask you, or to ask for your final answer. Final answer? What do you mean, like? Are you going to let me defend you in court tomorrow, or not? They're going to stop accepting paperwork for the trial soon. Oh, huh. All of her usual fight is gone now. Even when you try to act tough, you can't hide the fear. I know how that feels. Results of the investigation. Oh, for Pete's sake, fine, just stop looking at me like that, Iris. Let me ask something first, though. Do you have any idea who the real killer is? Unfortunately, no, not yet. Seriously? Gina, not yet means... Naruhodo doesn't think that you're the criminal. We don't know who the real killer is yet. But there are things that we do know. What do you know? For example, Gina, you broke into the shop last night. And we know why. The reason that Gina broke into the storeroom last night, I have to present it right now. But no, I don't. I could just show her it. The letter of request and other unnecessary documents for her defense have been prepared. All that's left is to take it to the executive office. Will you let me defend you in court tomorrow? I'm good. Gene Bean. What was it? A letter of request? Just rip it up and toss it away somewhere, thanks. Her Majesty's finest ain't fitted with bins, you see. What about tomorrow? Well, I'll figure it out fine by myself. I don't think you will. Whatever, I'll just have to make it work somehow, won't I? Good grief, she's a stubborn one. To be fair, I thought I'd actually fucked myself over then. Whew! That was quite a scare. Right, so the reason she went was for this. This is safely stored inside Hatch's shop. Here's the manuscript that Iris wrote. Oh. Really? That's good. Strangely enough, there weren't any signs of someone having ransacked the storeroom. But there was a single exception. The box containing this manuscript had been fiddled with. Were you the person who examined this box, Gina? Huh? The Hound of the Baskervilles. You wanted to check and see if it really was there. That's why you broke into the storeroom last night. Haha. Could you tell us about Iris's manuscript? There we go. The Hound of the Baskervilles. An unreleased Sherlock Holmes story. I'm sure this would sell for a pretty penny, don't you think? Indeed, it would most likely be worth more than £5,000. What? Gina, you wanted to sell that manuscript? What? That's so mean, Gene Bean. What? Hey, hang on a minute. I wasn't gonna do that, I just wanted to check and see. If that manuscript was really being held at the pawn shop, that's all. You were doing it for Iris, weren't you? We knew that from the start, Gina. You what? I knew it. Gene Bean wasn't a meanie all along. She was just being a total Gene Bean. Ugh. When I saw that manuscript in the storeroom, I remembered our conversation last night. Adults can tell the most awful lies with the straightest face, and it doesn't hurt them a bit. You just don't know how the world works yet. There's no manuscript at that shop. Go ahead and look, you'll know straight away. To tell you the truth, there was a time when I doubted Holmesy just a little. I thought that maybe he'd hidden it somewhere that I couldn't find it. It was terrible of me to think that. You know, Gene Bean, I really appreciate that. Fine. I'll tell you the truth. Just stop looking at me with them puppy dog eyes. Iris. Okay. Goal of the break-in. I wasn't really doing it for Iris. I just wanted to know the truth. Whether or not Mr. Holmes had really pledged the manuscript at Hatch's shop. You know, I said this last night too. I ain't ever had a daddy. But that ain't how it is for you, Iris. You have your old man. But you can't even see him. I'm sure it must be way lonelier for you. That's why you're writing up your dad's stories. After we talked last night, that was all I could think about. My daddy's stories. What Iris was writing wasn't the stories of a great detective. It was the stories of a great detective and the partner who supported him. At least that's what it seems like to me. You really are a kind person, Gene Bean. Of course. We all already knew that. I told you. Stop saying that stupid mushy stuff. One thing I hate the most is being all tickety-boo like this. I don't trust anybody. That way I ain't gotta worry about being stabbed in the back. So just bugger off home already. I didn't notice until now, but... Oh! There's definitely some sort of reddish-brown stain on Gina's sleeves. What? Stop looking at me like I have two heads. Seems I'll have to present a certain piece of evidence. Wait, really? The sample? Oh. Oh, wait. No. I've got nothing. I don't want to do that, god. That's quite stylish, though. Gina, could I ask you about that stain on the sleeve of your coat? I don't know who it might have belonged to, but... could that be a bloodstain? Oh, wait a minute. We're gonna hope it's gonna be purple. What? Bloodstains? But, as far as I can tell, Gina isn't injured at all. Did it all splat onto her when Hatch was shot last night? Oh no, hold on a sec. Must there be two stains? Two different bloodstains. This is a perfect time for me to whip out this little baby. God blimey, what the heck is that? Iris. Okie dokie, here we go. Don't move a muscle, Gene Bean. Wait. Huh? Oh! Oh my god! It's purple. Holy shit. What in the world? Never mind the sleeves. It's all over her. Of course. The coat is black. That's why we couldn't see it. Ah. And that purple bloodstain. It's a perfect match with one of the samples in our collection. Let's see. That blood came from Mr. Mortar. The bricklayer, Mr. Mortar, the victim from Cosney McGundle's trial. I knew it. What? It came from the victim in that trial. You might want to get it washed. Naruhodo, this is an awful revelation to face, but it's safe to assume that we have solved the mystery from 2 months ago. The truth behind the murder of the thrice-fired mortar, or of thrice-fired mortar, is all but clear now. What do you mean? Stop speaking like you've lost the plot and tell me proper already. Oh. Truth of McGundle's trial. He did murder Mr. Mortar. We found the victim's blood all over McGundle's coat. At the trial 2 months ago, Mr. McGundle said... it's human nature to try and help someone fallen before you, don't you think? So I reached out my hands to him, paying no mind to the blood that would stain my gloves. But now, it takes no more than a glance at his coat to see the truth. There's no way this much blood got on his coat when he was helping the victim up. Indeed, if that were the case, the blood would not have splashed onto it like this. In other words, this blood stain can be nothing other than blood that spurted from the wound when he stabbed the victim. I've been trying to keep that thought out of my mind, but I can't avert my eyes from the truth any longer. The one who murdered Mortar was Cosney McGundle. Yep, he was guilty, after all. Ah, shit. Naruhodo. And now the case of Mortar can finally be put to rest. But I secured a not guilty verdict for the true murderer. I did it using false testimony and evidence that he forged. What have I done? Oh, is Gina gonna feel like she's to blame? Ryu, did you trust him? Did you trust this McGundle guy? Nope. Not really. Did I? I think that I did. After all, trust is a defense attorney's only weapon. Your only weapon? An attorney's weapon. Back when I was in Japan, my best friend told me something. You mean Kazuma, don't you? Huh? Oh. Listen closely, Naruhodo. We attorneys can't possibly know the truth right from the start. That's why we only have one weapon. The ability to believe in our client. That's all. To believe. It's because I believe in my client from the bottom of my heart that I can fight so hard. No matter what the battle may be, if you don't have faith, you are doomed to failure. And that's why I believe in you. What's so funny, Gina? You Japanese really are naive, huh? It's because you believe in people so easily that these things happen, ain't it? I did let someone who committed murder be declared innocent. But now you get what I'm saying, right? If you believe in everyone, you'll only get betrayed in the end. You'll just get hurt. So the second you start to trust someone, you've already lost before you started. If you don't believe in anybody, nobody can even betray you. Gina, may I say something? What? I want to ask you one last time. What would you like us to do with this letter of request? Same as I said before, rip it up and put it with all the other rubbish. Is that really what you want? That bloomin' attorney over there is thinking the same thing, ain't he? 2 months ago I lied in court, I fooled all of you, and I didn't lose a wink of sleep over it. And yet you trust me, even after all that? You're a riot. Well, Naruhodo? An attorney's only weapon is his ability to believe in his client. What is my final answer? In the end, should I trust Gina? Of course! I know she wouldn't have done it. Gina, I'll say this one more time. Would you please let me represent you at the trial tomorrow? What? Are you off your trolley? Well, you haven't admitted to committing the crime yet. So I choose to trust you. Hey, the music! Hey, Naruhodo. Are you even listening to me? I'm a dirty tea leaf. Only natural to be a liar too. 2 months ago I fibbed to you. That's why you feel so awful right now, you know? Why would you believe in someone as evil as me? That's so stupid. I mean, to be fair, she was threatened. She didn't choose to lie. Gina, I understand why you chose not to believe in people. However, or why you choose. I'm sure there are things that even you do not know. Like what? You may not realize it yet. But there are people out there that you can truly trust. That's the absolute truth. What? I know that I'm an undependable exchange student, but still. Oh, look at Iris. I can at least say, no matter what happens, this will remain true until the bitter end. I am on your side, Gina. What's with you lot? Aw. With that said, I'm off to submit this paperwork. I spent a lot of time making this look neat. It would be a shame to tear it up. Do what you want to. I really don't get you Japanese lot. Oh, is that where it's gonna end? Nowhere. Gina withdrew into her cell, perhaps out of relief. I hope I made the right choice. Oh. Whoever you are, I know you're there. Eavesdropping is a coward's game. Show yourself at once. Susato? I can tell that someone was watching us from that corner over there. What? Well, you got me. Who is it? Tobias? Why? This must be that famous Japanese ninjutsu thing. Oh, ninjutsu. You were the one sneaking around though, Inspector, and he's a detective. Hey, it's Toby. Oh my, hello. Excuse my rudeness, milady. How long were you eavesdropping, silly Toby? Eavesdropping? Why, I was doing nothing of the sort. I was told that there were rude people who wouldn't leave after visiting hours were over. And so in great haste I rushed to the scene, but I swear I only just arrived. I swear to you, here and now, I bore no ill will. Oh, visiting hours are over? I didn't realise. Milady. I, Inspector Gregson, apologise for my impertinence, but I must leave. Please, just this once, I beg of you, humour me, all I want is your forgiveness. You could have just said excuse me like a normal person. Ah, you might as well let us ask you some questions since you're here, Toby. Oh, but I don't have the time to spare at the moment, I'm afraid. Oh, really? That's a shame. If I don't take care of the emergency at the High Court, Lord Vortex will... Emergency? Lord Vortex? Anyway, milady. Surely you can see... Oh, surely you see that I can't stick around. Okay. We can hang out another time. Of course, as you wish. Toodles, farewell, till another day. He could have just said goodbye like a normal person. My god. What a character. Isn't Toby just a bundle of fun? I love how frantic he is all the time. True, it's not every day that you get to see an inspector saluting a 10-year-old girl like that. But an emergency at the High Court? I wonder what that... Oh, what's going on? I wonder what that's about. I should make my way to the executive office of the court. Alright. Thank you, Susato. Naruhodo, please escort Iris to our flat. I will catch up with you later. You got it. Thus, our investigation ended. Susato went to the executive office to finalise the paperwork for Gina's defence. It was at that moment that the painful truth began to force its way back into my mind. Tomorrow, Susato leaves London. Oh yeah. Ah, she is here. Naruhodo, you've done tremendous work today. You must be so tired. No, I'm fine. Really. I can't imagine how tired you must be, Susato. Mr. Holmes was shot and Gina was arrested. All right in front of her. And then she learned of her father's illness. And she has to return to Japan so soon. I'll be praying for your father's safe recovery. I appreciate your consideration. It's so strange. Despite the raging typhoon of words that swirls inside my mind, I cannot seem to salvage the words that would convey my feelings. I couldn't have said it better myself. In any case, I have to make preparations for my departure. But I will not do so until I have completed my final duty as your legal assistant. What's she talking about? So she is sticking around. Back to Japan. It's been 2 months since we arrived here in London. Now I have to leave, so soon after we opened our own law office. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't frustrating. Susato. It's all so sudden that I just don't know what to think. My mind is in a frenzy. We haven't been here very long, but I think that standing in court so often has taught me something. May I ask what that is? People really do have many sides to them. Many sides. And those many sides cast shadows in complicated ways, That's the root of crime. But we can only see one part of that story. What remains hidden in the darkness? Maybe we'll never know for sure. Or maybe we'll never know for as long as we live. That is very true. There's just so much we can't see. But one day, when fortune brings it all together, we may be able to see the chains that bind our fates together. Naruhodo, until that day comes, the most important thing is that we do not stop, that we keep our eyes open and continue walking forward. Only 2 months have passed since then. But you really have become a true attorney. What was that? Oh, it was nothing. She looks so sad. Tomorrow's departure. What time do you leave tomorrow? According to the ticket I received, I will be leaving around 4 in the morning. Alright, then I can at least take you to the station. No, you absolutely cannot. Huh? You should already know why. Tomorrow morning, you have a very important mission to carry out. Gina's trial. I know that, but with just a single word, you could decide Gina's fate. At any rate, tonight, no matter how short a time, you should get some rest. That is a heartfelt request from me. Final duty. What was that final duty you were talking about earlier? Oh, thank you for reminding me. I'd almost forgotten. Here you are. This is for you. What's this? It's a thick folder of documents. They are case files dating from 2 months ago until today. About the murder that occurred inside the omnibus. Kojima Gundel. With the death of Hatch in his pawn shop, I felt that man's shadow looming in the darkness that we have yet to see. Thus, I took it upon myself to gather these files. Her life is being turned upside down, but she made these notes for me in her ever-steady handwriting. If it is of use to you, please use it to your advantage during tomorrow's trial. Thank you so much. I'm sure these will come in handy somehow. So, I really do think you're the world's best legal assistant. I could never hope to hear higher praise than that. But I'm sure... I'm a failure of a legal assistant. Did you say something? Oh. No, I'm sorry. So McGundle's case materials, or case files. Why is it case materials? I suppose because it's multiple things. Materials regarding Kojima Gundle's trial 2 months ago. So put all of this together for me. What a champ. Well, it's getting late. You should sleep soon, Naruhodo. I will return to my room and begin making my preparations. So. I'll pray for your success. And with that, I bid you good night. Sleep well. Aww. Wait, I still have something important to... Wow, she threw me. Bitch. What? Was that... necessary? My most secret technique. The Susato drop. Susato drop. I beg of you, don't say another word. If I heard you say goodbye now... Aw. I don't think I could hold back the tears. Ah, and she left. Susato. Now it's gonna... to be continued. What a day. We walked all around London investigating. We finally got through to Gina, and we learned the truth of 2 months ago. My body and mind were exhausted, but I couldn't bring myself to sleep. Despite that thought, I forced my eyes shut. We spent 2 months in London, as I remembered all of our experiences. Eventually, I drifted off to sleep. So I'm gonna literally be alone in court. Or is Iris gonna be with me? Wait. 2 AM? Room 3. I'm waiting for that to be continued. I see. I think I got the gist of it. Please, you're the only one I can trust with this. That's Susato. And that's Sherlock. Is it? Yep, it's Sherlock. I promise I'll do everything exactly as you've requested. Thank you so much. I am in your debt. I'm glad I could meet you this one last time, Sherlock Holmes. Oh, please. It's my pleasure. It's totally Susato. Now, I wish you a safe journey. You can tell when a male's talking and when a female's talking. The female, speech noise is slightly higher pitched. Oh, now I wish you a safe journey. Yep. Miss Susato. It was too obvious. I had a feeling she would do something like that. Now to be continued? There we go. Okay, cool. Holy crap. Well, we're in the final stretch of the game. God, my voice started to break. It sounded like I was going to cry. Not quite. I'm not quite that sad that the game would be finishing, but I am going to miss the Ace Attorney series. Not to say I'll never play the games again, but in terms of covering them, I've done them. There's not really much else I could do. The only other thing I would think to do would be the Ace Attorney trilogy. That would be a long fucking series, but... because it would be the first game, second game, and third game all back to back. Because I would do it the same way I did Spyro. If I was to do it. That's not to say I will. I don't know. Oh, whoops. I was meant to go to the title screen. Oopsie. There we go. So yeah, I finished the investigations. The only thing that's left is the trial. Which there's a fair bit to. I'm hoping I can get through half of the trial in one session, and then the other half in another session, so that there's only 2 sessions of the game left. Which would make this a 13-session game, which I think is not actually that long. I think the longest was Spirit of Justice. That was 16 or 17. It doesn't matter how many sessions I've done. It's all depends on the length. But Spirit of Justice had several hour-long sessions. I think there was at least 3 4-hour-long sessions. Anyway, I'm rambling. That is going to be the end of this session. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. And until next time, take care.